Stream. All right, we are live, and we are going to go ahead and get started with today's American Math lesson. This is Playday number 2, and we're going to continue off of our original trajectory and just focus on, let me get my play space up. Okay, perfect. And also, we have my wonderful assistant and student, Kira, here, who will be helping us out with these lessons. I'm going to give her, there we go. She has some control now too. But we're going to continue on with what we were doing last, and we're going to quickly review the grouping system and our pieces. So Kira, could you go over our play pieces and the grouping system that we use to move quantities from one group to the next?
All right, I got it. So first off, we're going to start with our little dropper, and that represents milliliters. Milliliters being these individual droplets right here. So what we did is first we began smallest and then to largest. So I'm going to drag that in there. For now, in our dropper, we have 1 milliliter. And what we did from yesterday is we'd count up. So 1 milliliter, 2 milliliters, 3, 4, and then 5 milliliters. And then once that was full, we take everything and then we drop it down into the teaspoons beaker because it consists of 5 milliliters and 1 teaspoon. So then what we do is drag that down and boom. Now, for our concept yesterday was we were envisioning ourselves, let's say, in a lab, and that's not working. So what we did was we explained why we couldn't add any more teaspoons or droplets to the top, and here's why. So envision yourself just walking in a lab or something as such. If you fill it up all the way to the top, oh, are you helping me out there? I'm trying, there we go. Let's say you put it over the top and you try to walk across the room. Now, that wouldn't work because our milliliters or our precious, let's say medicine, would float out or flow out onto the floor, and we can't have that. So what we do is, once we had 1 teaspoon, we'd first, let me represent that. I'm trying to get back to the mouse. There we go. So once we had a full teaspoon, and let's say we had an additional 5 milliliters, instead, first off, we'd move our teaspoon into the centiliter beaker, which is just 2 teaspoons. And then we'd add our other 5 milliliters and drop that into the centiliter column once that is full. And then we do the same thing once we have an additional 5 milliliters. We'll just put that up there. We'll first pour the centiliter beaker into the tablespoons column, boom, and take our 5 milliliters and put them into the tablespoon column, which we have 3 teaspoons now, so that's a tablespoon. And boom, that's how we did it yesterday.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that great explanation, Kira.
Also, she gave permission to upload the video.
Perfect.
From well, not yesterday, Saturday.
All right. And something else to consider when you're playing this game, or so you can also follow along and play this game at home by using our snack block pieces and having the teaspoons, centiliters, and tablespoons all be represented by your individual snack block cubes.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have the milliliters be represented by like a pebble or a marble, a coin, something like that. Just something that's a little bit smaller than your snap block cubes. Okay?
Also, not to mention, I forgot to explain this to my friend on Saturday. The method where we regroup, let's say we have 5 milliliters, and then we convert that into our teaspoons. That's called the clear and carry method. Because what we do is we clear the 5 milliliters and then carry in a teaspoon and so on and so forth.
Go ahead and place all 5 milliliters so we can see that.
All right, let me represent that real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then we carry all 5 milliliters. First off, we'll clear, and then we'll carry in our teaspoon, which consists of 5 milliliters. Boom. And then we do that for our centiliters. So again, we'll have 5 milliliters. Of course, we don't want to overfill it. So first, we'll carry in our teaspoon, and then we'll clear our 5 milliliters, and then carry in another teaspoon to add on into our centiliters, and then one more time for our tablespoon. Once we have, there we go, 5 milliliters again. And let me put them back in place. Would have been neater if I just grabbed the centiliter column. So once we have that, once we have that in place, I bet y'all, it's a lot. But once we have that in place, we could carry in our milliliters. You can do it in any order as long as it adds up properly. It goes into the right beaker. So we'll clear that. Hold on, clear. It's not anything. And then carry in an additional teaspoon. And then we'll carry in our centiliters and add them on top to our teaspoon. And then boom, we have a tablespoon. That'll be our clear and carry method. Sorry if it got a little messy in between of it, but that's pretty much how we do it.
Excellent. So now that we've had a quick review over the rules, we're going to have some fun with some number recognition. And again, make sure that you play this along with home. Even if you don't have the snap block pieces, you can even cut out these play pieces and use those to play with at home after printing these out or cutting them out on a sheet of paper. We'll have a printable available in the description when it's available for download. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with some number placement. We'll just keep it easy, and I'll go through some examples before we challenge you all with playing through some. Okay. So what you want to do, for example, if you have a small value like 3 milliliters right here, all you need to do is go over to your milliliters column and see, okay, or first thing you would need to think through is how many of these groups can fit inside of 3 milliliters. All right. So we can start from the largest to the smallest. That's the order we'll go in the future. So first off, can we fit a tablespoon inside of 3 milliliters? Well, we see that we have 3 teaspoons, but we really have 15 milliliters. So because we have 15 milliliters, that's way bigger than 3 milliliters. So that's not going to work. We go down to centiliters, which has 10 milliliters. Again, that's too big. Go down to teaspoons. Teaspoons is too big. So then we're left with single milliliters. So then all we need to do is count that out into the place space. 1, 2, 3. So this is what our 3 milliliters will look like when we place them onto the place space. All right. Now let's say we make this not 98 yet, not 9 milliliters. So I might have scared you there for a second. But we're gonna keep.
Like, oh. They're not doing 98 milliliters.
Not yet. We'll get there. But so right now we have 9 milliliters. So again, we go through the same process. We start out with tablespoons. How many tablespoons, or can tablespoons go into 9 milliliters? No, way too big. Centiliters, almost, because we have 10 milliliters in here. Let me write that again. We have 10 milliliters in here, which is close to 9 milliliters, but not quite. So we know that the next unit down, teaspoons, which is 5 milliliters, that'll definitely be able to work. All right. 5 milliliters can definitely go inside of 9 milliliters. So what we'll do is We can clear away these annotations. We'll start out by carrying out 1 teaspoon into the teaspoon's beaker. So we're pouring 1 teaspoon directly inside of this teaspoon beaker. Okay. Now, if you're just starting out and it will be easier for you to fill up the milliliters first, that's also a perfect way to do it as well. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 milliliters, and then we would clear these and carry in the teaspoon by pouring everything in this dropper into the teaspoon, which would give us the same answer of 5 milliliters or 1 teaspoon. All right. So now, how many more milliliters do we need in order to get up to 9 milliliters? Well, that's easy. Some simple math. By counting up, we can know that's 9. So then we can start carrying in the rest of our milliliters. We can do 6, 7, 8, 9. And just by counting up, we can see that we have 4 milliliters in the dropper and 1 teaspoon. So our answer for converting 9 milliliters into teaspoons and milliliters will be 1 teaspoon, 4 milliliters. All right. We're going to do one more example. Clear that. Give me a second. Okay. Now let's say we wanted to do 12 milliliters. We're getting a little bit larger. Oops, give me 1 second. I'm having an issue with my interface. That works. Not really. There we go. Okay. So, okay.
Still failing.
Say again?
I was saying interface still failing.
It was for a second. It just got thrown off a little bit, but we're good.
Okay.
Now let's say lastly we have 12 milliliters. Okay. Again, same process. Start with tablespoons. Can tablespoons go into milliliters? Nope, too big. Can a centiliter go into 12 milliliters? Well, yes, it can, because we have 10 milliliters in a centiliter. So what we'll do is we can drag out, oh, forgot to put this space. What we can do is we can drag out or pour a centiliter.
Hold on. Cut out. Try again.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, so
Oh, cut out again.
all right,
Hold on. Oh, there you go. Okay, I thought you were speaking. There you go.
I'm speaking now. Okay, let's go ahead and start that over. Again, we have 12 milliliters. Can 1 tablespoon fit inside of 12 milliliters? No, it's too big. Can a centiliter fit inside of 12 milliliters? Yes, it can, because we have 10 milliliters inside of 12 milliliters and 10 milliliters inside of a centiliter. So what we'll do is we can pour in 10 centiliters. We can pour 10 centiliters into our centiliters beaker. All right. On to the next. Now, can any teaspoons fit inside of 12 milliliters? Well, one might say yes, 2 teaspoons can fit inside of 10 milliliters. And it could be like this, but if you notice, this looks the exact same as our centiliters over here. We've already placed our 10 centiliters. All we have left are 2 milliliters. And it's perfectly okay in this game for us to leave one beaker totally empty. It's okay for this to have 0 milliliters or teaspoons inside of it. We can jump straight down to the 2 milliliters that are left over that we need to put in. And then we can put those in like this by putting them in the dropper in the form of, so we have 10 milliliters, 11, 12 milliliters. All right, and that's how we would place these units inside of this game. So now, to give you some practice, what we're going to do is I'm going to place this value up on the board.
Give him 60 now.
60?
Yeah.
Nah, that's too high. We're not going up to 60 right now. Let's take it easy. Let's start it out easy first. Let's start out with 7 milliliters. Did we do 7 earlier? I think we did 9.
Yeah, we did.
So let me clear our play space. Okay. So I'm going to give everyone at home a little second to go ahead and do 7 milliliters. Go ahead and pause the video or the stream so you can go ahead and get started with that. And now, Kira.
Yes, sir.
Can you please show us how we would place 7 milliliters onto the play space?
I got it. All right, so let's go from big to small. Let me get my annotation tool out. We got it. All right, so first, we're looking at tablespoons. Can the tablespoon... Oh, we have the same color. All right. Can you change that?
Yeah, let me change that real quick. What color you want?
I'm gonna get pink. Pink.
Pink it is.
All right. So first we go from big to small. We're looking at 7 milliliters. Now, can a tablespoon fit into 7 milliliters? No, it cannot. You're maybe looking at 3 teaspoons. That does not fit into 7 milliliters because it consists of 15 milliliters. So we move on to our next one. So then we go into centiliters. Can that fit into 7 milliliters? Not quite, because it holds to 10 milliliters, but it's close. Now we look into teaspoons. Can a teaspoon fit into a milliliter? Now, well, 7 milliliters. Yes, it can, because a teaspoon holds 5 milliliters. So with that being said, what we're going to do is drop a teaspoon into the teaspoon beaker. Now, can we fit another teaspoon in the 7 milliliters? No, we cannot, because that's going to give us a total of 10, which would be equivalent to the centiliter. So that means we got to go on to our smaller values, which is the milliliter. So what we're going to do is, we already have 5, so we need 2 more to get 7. So we're going to drag that over. That's going to be 6, and that's going to be 7 milliliters up in our dropper. So then we'll have 1 teaspoon and 2 milliliters total.
Excellent.
Ooh.
Nice job, Kira. I 100% agree.
Simple one.
All right. And this is also, into anyone, just a reminder of another method you can use to place 7 milliliters, is you can start out by literally just counting up however milliliters you have. So you can start out by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 milliliters. You can group those into teaspoons using clear and carry. And then you continue counting up. You go from 5 milliliters to 6, 7. That works just as good. Okay?
Yep.
Perfect. We're going to do one more example. And it's a little bit of a challenge. We're going to place 16 milliliters. All right.
Okay.
Now, again, if you're watching the recording of this, go ahead and pause and see if you can figure it out before we show you how it's done. Okay. Now, Kira, take it away. You got this. Go ahead and show us how we would place 16 milliliters into the play space.
All right. So let me get it started. Let me make sure I can grab everything. Boom, I can. All right. So first, let's see how we did it last time, okay? This will be very quick. So we know, can a tablespoon, same color, doesn't matter. Can a tablespoon fit?
Hold on, it actually does. We got to be able to see it. I'm giving you the.
All right.
There we go. You got the color back.
Okay. All right. So first, we have to see, can a tablespoon, why does it?
Hold up. I got it.
Let me see.
There we go. You should be good now.
All right, there we go. Now, we're going to see again. Let me redo it. We have 16 milliliters. So we're going to go from top to bottom, or you can do bottom from top. But for this one, we're going to do the original way we did it before. So first, we're going to look at, can a tablespoon fit into 16 milliliters? Well, yes, it can, and here's why. So we know an individual teaspoon, which is 1 square in this case, or with the 5 droplets in it, contains 5 milliliters. So we do 5, 10, and then 15. So we have 15 milliliters in there already. So what we do is drag that into our tablespoon beaker. So let me drag that in there. Oh, hold on. It's doing this little thing. Hold on. I gotta select it all. Notations might be in different. There we go. Guess I didn't have to do that. All right. Okay. Doesn't want to cooperate. That's okay. We'll just do it like this. All right.
Okay.
So we have 15 milliliters so far. So we just know we just need 1 more milliliter. So we go on through these. We know we have a singular milliliter represented by a drop. So we'll grab it and put it into our dropper. And boom, we have 16 milliliters. And remember, it's okay to have other beakers or the dropper empty when you get your final result, as long as it's right.
Very good. So what would our value be in tablespoons?
So in this case, our value would be 1 tablespoon and 1 milliliter.
Excellent. Perfect. So that's how we would do. What's that?
There we go. I don't know.
Okay, so that's how we would do our what's it called? Okay, I'll get that sorted out later. That's how we'll do our number recognition and number placement using the system, and then this is how you can convert it into teaspoons, tablespoons, milliliters, so on and so forth. So next lesson, we'll go into a little bit more advanced version of this where we'll start to add different values together. Make sure that you continue to get some more practice at home and make use of our printable PDFs so that you can follow along. Okay? So with that, Kira, relinquish control, please. Everyone did a great job today, and we will see you all next time. Happy learning.
Happy learning.